gas. Walk with me. Let it ride. That's right. Wanting to be heard in the black man's world, simple, they're complicated, just relax and observe. Breaking down of our families, restructured communities, to wake up and see only your losers are free. Your enemy is your memory. We at your door, black mail delivery. Your enemy is your memory. We at your door, black mail delivery.
Yeah, but that's because they got the crab legs. Because they come with that big king crab. Them shits that be super big. And then when you break it, mad, paws, meat come out of it.
You can get $50 or $60 of crab legs. That woman can eat it by herself.
Yeah.
You sitting there look.
Shit, her shit be damn near $100 by herself.
You looking at her like, I am hungry.
Mm-hmm. Then they'd be $100 by herself. I'll go and get me lobster. I'll give me a shrimp boil, something like that, broiled, some shit like that. Cause I don't feel like fighting for no goddamn food, bro. That's one thing I ain't doing, son. I ain't sitting over here fighting, breaking up my shit, and then be mad. And then I'm not sucking on them goddamn shells, crab legs like that. I ain't doing that. Yeah, I ain't doing none of that shit. So I'm wasting my food because it's a whole lot of bullshit I ain't gonna do to eat this motherfucker.
Yeah, motherfuckers be mad at me. You still got meat in that thing? I'm like,
oh man, where at? Where the meat at?
Yeah, where the meat at?
Where at, motherfucker? I ate the other shrimp that's in here. I ate these goddamn potatoes. I don't eat pork. You know what I mean? No, a couple places I go, they got the beef shrimp, the beef sausage in there. I ate these beef sausages. Oh, these crab pieces, and I'm cool on that shit. Not gonna be sitting here.
Yeah, they want you to crack. They want you to crack that little piece of leg with a little tiny piece of leg.
Get out of here, man! The fuck out of here! Not doing it. Give me some lobster.
That's an acquired activity, man.
Acquired that I don't want to do that shit. I don't never do it, bro. The wife being here, she'll buy a bunch of crab, bushel crab, broil them up, get the busy. Her and the boys be at the table. They do their thing. Dad, you ain't getting nothing. Nah, I'm cool on all that. Y'all got it. I throw me a lobster tail on the grill.
I never had it growing up in New York. I never had it.
Yeah, we used to do it all the time in the South.
When I moved, even when I moved down here, I wasn't familiar with it. I never had it. Because, certain things you inherit from your parents. You know what I'm saying? Like my parents never did.
When I lived in Detroit, we didn't do that. But as soon as we moved down south and got around, South Carolina family, they did a lot of those things, broils. They did a lot of crab, blue crab, all that shit. They did a lot of that. So we would do it here, you know what I'm saying? But I never knew nothing about it. I used to be weirded out by that shit because this shit be alive. And they throw the shit in the water alive. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why are we doing them like that?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They be like moving and my mom with the damn spatula throwing them in the joint and then she cooking them up. And then it's like a part of the body you can't eat. They call it the dead man. I don't know what that shit is.
Yeah, you got to pull that.
Yeah, pull that shit out. I don't know what that shit look like. I'm not going to sit here and do that. So guess what?
You
I'm just
not
will
know what it is. That shit look like dead.
Yeah, because it's the intestines.
Yeah, but they make you don't want to eat the rest of it though.
That's what I'm saying. And then for me growing up, we used to like
mom crab is trash.
Mom would literally buy it is. Mom would literally buy fish or somebody in the family would go fishing. And we had to sit in the backyard and scale a fish, split his ass down the middle, take the guts of it out, cut the heads off, throw them in fresh water. Like you constantly doing that. And we had to force to do that. So you got scales all over your body because you done fucking descale fish. So mom can fry fish. When I got older, I just stopped eating that shit. Anything I had to fucking do as a kid and descale and gut, I just don't eat that shit.
Yo, I'm like, why am I doing this, man?
I hated that shit, bro. I remember it was a couple years ago. It was a few years ago. So I would always help on my pop birthday. They would always do something. So I would go and help them. I don't eat pork, but I would help them put the pig on the grill because he always had like a second grill with a whole hog. And then the other grill would be the burgers, burgers and hot dogs and chicken and shit. And the two big grills. But then that one year they wanted to do fish. I'm thinking in my mind, all right, cool, y'all doing fish, y'all gonna buy it already filleted and ready to go. All we gotta do is batter them, fry their ass the next day. Nah, nigga. Mom got a bunch of fresh fish looking at me. Remember what I taught you? I say, nah, I ain't come over here for that. I'm mad as hell. I ain't come over here for that. That's what I didn't come over here for. You gonna make me leave. Because now you want me to do this shit. And where the rest of my brothers at? Because them motherfuckers get ghosts. Every time my mom get to talking about doing some shit, them niggas don't answer their phone. They disappear. So I'm outside scaling and gutting fish, remembering my old days as a kid and madder than a motherfucker, bro.
That don't sound good, bro.
But I was mad as hell. I ain't eating none of that shit, bro. And not that I didn't do it right. It's just the fact that shit had me mad. I ain't want it. Frying fish. The next day, they frying fresh fish. Yo, Sean, you want some fish? I don't want that shit. I'm good.
I never had fresh fish.
Bro, the shit good. It's good, but it's a lot of bones. And if you down south, these old country mode, they love a lot of bone. Like they love, even my wife, she old country ass love bone-in fish. They like to deal with the bone. I don't know. Fillet my fish, bro. I don't want to touch not a damn bone. I don't want none of it. Little fucking bones. I don't want nothing. I want a damn bone in my shit, man. Man.
When I was a kid, that's why I didn't like fish. Because the bone part used to freak me out.
Bro,
you know what I mean? It might only be like a few bones, because we had like little fish houses around New York, Rockaway Boulevard, and the fish sandwich. This is the retarded shit. I don't know. All I knew was New York growing up, but anywhere that had a fish sandwich, all it was a big giant ass piece of fish this big.
Yep.
And 2 pieces of white bread in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no damn sandwich.
Nah, ain't no sandwich, bro. Even when I was coming up, bro, even down here, fish sandwich, literally, big ass piece of fish, two white pieces of bread, and you go grab you some hot sauce. That bitch on there.
Like nigga, this is Wonder Bread and a piece of fish.
Yep. Yo, but let's go. Let's get to it, man. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy TALLSHON. TS is who I am.
That is who I am.
This is episode 79 of the Black Male Podcast. I see we started off with our growing up trauma with dealing with seafood. So
yeah.
And we are now guys that pretty much eat a lot of seafood.
Not them crabs,
though. It's select seafood. And I try not to eat too much of the roaches of the sea, aka shrimp, but they be so good.
The roaches are delicious, bro.
They so good. They so good.
Listen. We both have had a discussion. The truth of it is, eating healthy, there's going to be certain things that aren't necessarily bad for you that aren't actually good either.
Right.
So you're not going to have a perfectly clean diet unless you're eating raw vegetables.
That's why I still eat salmon. I'm tilapia. I don't care what nobody says. I'm going to eat tilapia.
I don't eat tilapia no more, not because of that. It's just the other fish that I like more. But if you make some tilapia, I will eat tilapia.
So I'll throw some tilapia together and I make
I like it for the knowledge. I like it for the knowledge. I look at this knowledge, bro. This knowledge.
Me too. I eat mangoes. I make a mango salsa. I make this mango salsa. And once I cook that tilapia with a little lemon, like grill it, throw that little mango salsa on top with some nice jasmine rice.
Like, you know tilapia's not a real fish, right? You be like, yep.
The fish is alive. The problem is it's breeded fish. It's two fish that they bred together that shouldn't be breeded together, and they farm these fish. It's still a live fish, so it's a real fish. It's just genetically made.
If I got to plate of tilapia with some rice, all that shit you talking, I
don't give a fuck, bro. Me neither. Fuck you up, bro. I don't care about none of that. Yo, that white fish be fire, sir.
I remember one time I was with my moms, my brothers, and all that, And as I got older, I'm a little better with it.
Mm-hmm.
If I hear somebody say something incorrect, sometimes you let it go.
Right.
My brother was telling my mother, talking about tilapia tomorrow. Yeah, it's healthy for you too. And I'm thinking like, this ain't no real fish, nigga.
No, it ain't.
I ain't say that no. I was like, nah, I would have killed the moon like hell. I ain't killed the moon.
It's just a fish, man. It's just a fish. You can't go in the ocean and find that motherfucker. He ain't real, but he real at a farm. He real at somebody's farm.
Yeah, when I first saw that, it was like, dude was like, you ever see anybody go fishing and catch tilapia? And I was like, I never been fishing, but I've never heard that one.
No, I mean, that's right. I've always knew, but I never gave a fuck.
Nah, I didn't know. I didn't know until like
my grandma
started.
My grandma when we was little, man, she's Jamaican, and she was like that. She was like, she would tell us young, like, tilapia wasn't real, but it's still a good fish. You know what I mean? Fish was still a good fish. But it's not, once again, it's not that it's not real. It's a real fucking fish. It's just genetically made. They literally took the egg from this fish and the sperm, from this fish, put that shit together in a petri dish, and it did, what it does. You just normally do it naturally. Bred, put it in the water, and they temperature watch it, and the motherfucker grew into a fish and spawned. And then now that those fish have spawned, they keep certain fish together that keep having relations and spawning more. Same shit they're gonna be doing with humans in a hot minute. That they can do, shit, to be honest. That's what when they freeze a bitch eggs, when they freeze a female's eggs, put her back in her body, it ain't her eggs, or they take a woman who can't really have kids, put someone else's eggs in her, and then insert the sperm into the eggs and put it back in her body. Is that a real human being?
Would you smash a genetically created woman?
How would I know that she's not genetically created?
No, I'm saying if you know him, would you smash a genetically created woman?
Yeah, I probably would, man. Fuck out it.
No, okay.
Probably would. Just for the experience.
I mean, I'm sure the people say they won't, but I don't know.
They lying like a motherfucker. Man. That motherfucker look fine. That come out that lab. That look fine. We probably have already. That's the thing. I mean, once again, you taking an egg and you taking sperm, you inserting it, and then you repositioning it and putting it in its natural habitat. That wasn't intercourse made. See, that's what we call not real. Anything that's not intercourse made, we call it not real.
I mean, test tube, baby. But I'm saying, what if you the way the world is now, you could be with somebody that say you with somebody like 10 years. Then you find out they
transform. They'll transform.
Yeah. I was trying to find a word.
Let's keep it a buck. What you gonna do? You've been 10 years, you in love. You gonna quit?
And that shit fire.
And you gonna quit? No. You mad? You mad?
Just don't tell nobody.
Yeah, you mad at a motherfucker. You mad at them. But your feelings is real. Feelings is real. Everything that y'all have done is real. You're not about to stop now because you found out the motherfucker was a different person.
That could be damaging mentally, though.
Hell yeah, that could be severely damaging mentally. And you can hold some resentment to the person. For some people, some men kirk out and end up killing themselves and that person. Some people probably dealt with it and just moved on from it. Some people might have split up and be like, yo, I can't deal with the knowledge of knowing this because you should have gave me the option when we first started. That's why the one thing about the transgender thing that I don't like is that they feel like they should not have to tell anyone. That's the shit. That's the only thing I don't like about it. I do not care what you do in your off time, your personal time. You feel like you are a woman. You once was a man. And you feel like you're a woman. And you want to change yourself. I think all that shit is cool. To each his own. You live the life that you feel like you want to live. My only issue is you not giving the next person the option. That's my only issue. That's my only issue. And they really feel like, and they got a gang of people that feel like, yo, it's my choice. And I don't owe you anything to tell you about my choice, but that's wrong. You do owe me that option. You do owe me the option of telling me that you used to be a man. Because think about it. No one is really checking. Dog. Think about all the females you've been with. You ain't went and checked their background to see if they ever were a man. If they always been a woman. That ain't nothing that you think about. That ain't not a motherfucking thing that you ever thought about doing.
A lot of them are a man now.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying a lot of no one check. I'm talking about current women that you've been with. Any woman I've ever been with, I've never checked their biological if they ever were men before. Never in life.
I mean,
we don't never think to do that. Who thinks to do that? So in reality, it's up to them to tell us, like, yo, y'all kicking it. You might not have had sex yet. Things is getting real, but you know you done kissing. You know you've been touching. Shit done got a little real. And you realize in your mind, hey, I want to let you know, at one point, I used to be this. Let me make that decision. Let me make that decision if I want to stay here or not.
Yeah, most of the time that's after fellatio.
It don't matter when it happens. It's just
it does matter. You should be told before that. You should be told before that, bro.
I mean, if my thing is this, if you already got a vagina, as long as you ain't got your man parts, or if you do, just let me know. That's my biggest thing. Let me know. I mean, I'm not looking at it in that spectrum of after getting some head or some shit like that, then now you telling me. I think all of it is relative. Sometimes you done got head on the first date.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. A lot of times that'll happen. And I've heard stories, internet, being nosy creeping, where there'll be activity on the first date, but it'll be some anal shit. And I always say to people, how many women let you do anal on the first time together? It's like,
my thing is this, man.
I'm not saying it ain't possible, but
if you a man and you doing anal to a woman on the first date and you're not looking when you put it in, what are you doing, son?
Nah, some dudes be so horny, they getting right to it.
That's their fault.
No, I agree.
That's their fault. Because, dog, I'm an inspector. I don't give a fuck if it's dark out. This is about to be graphic. And we're about to have sex, and just so happen you hit me with the anal shit. I'm going for that pussy.
Not there.
Right or wrong. You telling me you don't? You know you do. I don't give a fuck if it's my hand. If it's my hand, I'm going for that part. I'm touching that shit. Yeah. I'm not going straight for the back door without examining the area.
Why that shit wet right now? You just got over here.
Right. Exactly.
Wait a minute. Whoa. How we going up in here so fast? Right.
That's what I'm saying, yo. So for those dudes that's horny and they just go straight for a woman's, if the female's like, oh, I want to do anal. All right, cool. I think that's fly. I'm with it. But that's the first thing we doing ever? I got questions.
Somebody say that off the top.
That's what I'm saying. Never. Me neither. On my 41 years on this goddamn planet, I ain't never heard that shit. And out of 41 years, I've been having sex for at least 23 of them years. I ain't never, ever heard a woman say,
the first time, I'm asking questions.
Put it in my butt fresh off the gate.
Fresh? Whoa.
Bro, I ain't start doing anal until like third year of college, man.
Yeah, everybody wasn't doing all that.
Hell no. Shit, that one person I thought I talked into doing it and she let me do it. I was shocked. But we did regular vaginal sex 1,000 times before I got to some anal.
A lot of chicks be lying too. It's my first time. You slide right up in that joint.
I wasn't gonna put that out there, but
you be like, oh, okay. She tricked me.
But these nasty dudes, man, like I don't understand. I'm not exposing this person, but I know someone that got catfished in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Where they end up getting head from someone that used to be a man that's now fully transitioned to a woman. And dude was bugging out, man. He was bugging out. Because after same thing what you said, he got fellatio first. And then the person told him like 2 days later after the fellatio. Like he'd been kicking him with this person. They'd been on dates. They'd been hanging out and did a lot of shit. The person gave him some top. You know, he thought he talked her into doing it. She did it. Yeah, right. Right. And then I guess Shorty felt away because she was, I guess she's in the bro. And then she told him. That nigga hasn't talked to her since. 2, he was devastated because he thought he was like, yo, am I gay now? I'm like, nah, nigga, you ain't gay. Like, don't make you gay. How does it make you gay? That's what I'm telling her. I had to break it down. I said, it doesn't make you gay, bro. Like, you know, I'm talking to him about it, and you know what I'm saying? He feels a whole lot better about it. You know what I'm saying? He's told a few homies. I mean, no one knows. You know what I mean? I don't even think bro even really listened to the pod like that. So, but if he did, you know, I'm not exposing him like that. But I wouldn't have told nobody. I'd have told somebody. I'd have told at least one person. It might have been a therapist or something. I'd have told at least one person. Just to get that shit off my chest. It'll be someone I like myself that's not going to look at a person crazy and then have a, you know, clean discussion with him about it. I mean, he's cool about the situation, but there's nothing he did wrong. Yeah, he didn't do anything wrong. But he distant, but he felt away because then he went through emotions of wanting to fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, bro. And ain't no waste of time. Want to fight the person? Yeah. You know, he feel like, yo, you should have let me know when we were starting this process. Give me the option. Well, you can make that worse. Fuck around and fight and lose. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now you're really feeling bad because they whooped your ass. Yes. Yep. And don't think they can't fight. Nope. Still got the strength of Zeus. Still got the strength of Zeus, man. You gotta know your positioning. I bet hit you like Le'Veon Bell hit Adrian Peterson. Bro. Got that clean out. And what's Swaggy P doing, son? Celebrity boxing needs to stop right now. I'll say this though, at least AP and Adrian Peterson and Le'Veon Bell looked like boxers. Their hands moved like boxers. Nah, Adrian Peterson Swaggy. Adrian Peterson, he just got hit. He just got hit. Yeah. I play football. I play football. And Le'Veon Bell really boxed though. Le'Veon Bell really boxes though. Yo, Swaggy P was dancing around. I'm like, this nigga look like he ain't worked out in 10 years. I don't know who he was fighting. Swaggy P always yes, Blueface. They took him out because of that shit with his girl. Excuse me. Remember that shit with his girl got hit. You can't fall. You cannot fall through the ring, man. Yeah, because he didn't get hit through the ring. He just fell. Like. He said he got headbutted. I didn't see the headbutt. I didn't see the headbutt. And I didn't see a clean punch. It wasn't. I thought he slipped. His footwork is just horrible. Mm-hmm. I was saying to my son, man, I was like, yo, boxing ain't as easy as people think it is. Boxing ain't fighting. Nah, fighting and boxing is two different things. That shit is chess. And just because you can square up and fight, that's not the same as boxing. That shit's chess. But Le'Veon Bell and Adrian Peterson they actually did look pretty good. No, they look good. They look good. Mm-hmm. But Le'Veon Bell looks like he's a whole lot bigger than Adrian Peterson, man. He does, bro. Both of them look super in shape. But the way Le'Veon Bell, when he moved, he swift that and straight right hand, I was like, oh, shit, that boy know what he's doing. Nah, Adrian Peterson was always one of the most in shape football players ever. Like, they just need to stay hurt. Even at his extended age, a dude like Terrell Owens, like guys like that are just always in shape, bro. Like, 48 years old, running a 4.2 in a 40. Scary, man. Scary. And smoking young boys. Smoke. Would you try him on your team? On my Eagles? Yes. I'm talking any team. Yes, I would. Mm-hmm. If I was a GM, yo, because I'll just do red zone shit. Yo, I'd be a straight dick, yo. I'll sign him just because. Me too.
I ain't losing nothing.
No, damn good.
If he can get, and I'll tell him, look, bro, if you can
And we're
give
gonna
me
get
30
ratings.
catches.
Mm-hmm.
No, I said if you can give me 25, 30 catches for the year.
Yeah.
Only thing I guarantee you is red zone because you're a big receiver.
Yep. You give me 25, 30 catches out the year. I promise. I'm guaranteeing you a M. You're just doing
Third
1 year.
down. Third down in red zone. That's it. Third down in red zone.
That's it. I ain't about to put you out there to go run no routes, no major routes. You might do one. You might be a decoy. I might hit you out there on some decoy shit.
No, but I want him fresh all the time because even though he runs that, I don't want him tired.
Mm-hmm.
Like running routes all game.
That's why I say decoy, where it looked like he about to run, but he ain't really. He half and decoy. You decoy this game. I need you to run an inside route decoy. Don't even worry about getting touched. Half speed it. We really gonna throw it to young boy over here.
I don't care how fast you are. If you running a 4.2 for the whole game,
hell no. And you ain't doing that with pads on no way, man. No damn pads on.
With pads on, even if that made you a 4.4, shit, nigga, that ain't slow. And T.O. big.
Yeah.
Some of these cornerbacks be like 5'9".
Bro, I still remember T.O. going to the Super Bowl on a broken leg and still got the record for the most receptions in the fucking Super Bowl.
Well, I think
went ham, bro, for my Eagles. Donovan McNabb is the reason why we lost that goddamn game. Because T.O. came in ready to play.
He actually was. But T.O. is like, he has a type of personality that always highlights in my mind when I see what's wrong with sports and TV, ESPN, Fox Sports, and all this stuff. You have a lot of us that play sports with a passion. And, other races look at our passion as a level of disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
They look at it as braggadocious. They look at it as whatever new word they want to use at the popular time. But we grow up being competitive. We grow up being verbal as far as our competitiveness, and that's on the field.
I agree.
I'm going to give a perfect example, and I love this guy. Look at how they love Prime right now.
Yeah.
When has Prime not been this person right now?
He's always been this guy.
So what was he doing wrong back then?
You're right.
Now they want you to market yourself as a player. He marketed himself back then.
Yep.
He
was the best at it. He showed out on the field.
He left a football game, got off a jet, played in the World Series. And performed.
Put up numbers in the World Series.
What did he do wrong?
No.
But you assassinated his character. You assassinated Allen Iverson's character because he had cornrows. He wore baggy clothes.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to convert to your lifestyle. So now he's a problem.
Right.
Bro, you pay that man to play a sport.
But see, what you remember back in the day, bro, it was all about the team. No one player is bigger than the team. So as soon as a player becomes bigger than the team, that's always been the issue. AI has always been a great player, and he's always been what he became. He's always was on that route of being an icon, because even in Virginia, he was that guy. Problem is, he gets to a Larry Brown ran team. You got an old white man that's been running and organizing teams the way he want to run and organize teams forever. And he feels, one, that's not the NBA brand. This is about the team only, no one player. So I'm going to make sure we cause an issue. They made him into a pariah when he wasn't that. The same thing with Dion. Dion, you can't play two sports. Why can't I play two sports? And I can excel at playing two sports. So I'm going to play in a football game and take a flight and play in a baseball game and put up numbers both games. You know what I'm saying? You can't do songs. What Dion do? I'm making these records. It must be the money. I'm going to do me. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is he made himself bigger than the team. But now, all that jewels he been giving back in the day, he giving them same jewels today as a 40-something-year-old, 50-year-old man. And, I love watching Jackson State. I am a college football. I am a fan of Jackson State because of Deion Sanders.
Yeah, it's different. But how are you? This is my issue. It's like, it's almost a form of mental slavery. You know what I'm saying? They want to conform you into something. How am I bigger than the team? You know what I'm saying? I kind of am.
Come on, bro.
Team,
you know what they say, bro? It's the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back. You know, we've heard that.
It's a form of mental theory. I agree. I have never seen anybody, if we go pound for pound, play as hard as Allen Iverson in my life.
I agree.
I have never, because that man is not a big man.
Never cared, bro. AI went in there with Shaq, laid his ass up, and talked to him. And talked junk to him.
I've never seen. That's why every time I say AI interview and that nigga cries, yo, I gotta walk out the room, son.
I love it.
No, I gotta walk out the room. I didn't say I don't like it. I gotta walk out the room. I feel like I'm about to cry.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I have before. I have before.
This man gave everything on the court. And they made him feel like something was wrong with him because he was different from what they considered to be the prototype athlete.
They did.
But in today's media, he probably wouldn't have had those issues. You know what I'm saying? It would have been other issues because there's always going to be something.
That's why I respect Stephen A. for apologizing about the AI situation. But the one thing I have noticed about Stephen A. is this. He has a lot of those moments where he's the front runner of tearing down a black man. And then he apologizes later. You know what I'm saying?
Not to cut you off, I want you to get back on that, but there's two ways. There's not even two ways. What fucks me up about that is we can say he tears down black athletes. I'm not saying he does it, but who else is there to talk about?
Yeah, I mean,
we the only ones killing.
Yeah.
We the only ones killing. Yeah. So it's like when athletes be like, they hate it when these black guys set up. Yo, Sean, if I'm a journalist, I have to talk about black athletes. There aren't any other ones.
Yeah.
There aren't no more.
No, I mean, you're right.
The days it was now.
You're right.
If you really think about it. Now, what you saying, I get it.
Right.
You're beating up on the brothers.
I know. The thing is, the part of the beat up I didn't like is you're telling people that I don't deserve contract money. That's the part. Like I can deal with you.
About it.
That's the thing. You can shit on what I do on the court or on the field, but don't say a team doesn't deserve. I don't deserve a team to pay me this because of your perceived notion of what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't the biggest Kyrie fan at all. I ain't the biggest Kyrie fan. But over time, especially these later interviews with Kyrie, I'm starting to understand him better. You know what I'm saying? But my complaint has always been his play on the court. You know what I'm saying? His inconsistent play on the court. You can't, and I think now he's realizing, and from even the interview he had on the shop, he realized like, he said it. He said, I've done a lot of goofy things on and off the court. And feeling like I should be this when I ain't that. You know what I mean? Feeling like he was like, dude, LeBron, he said LeBron did the decision. I watched the decision on TV, and he said, that following year I was drafted to the team that he left. He was like, so I felt like, I had to bring Cleveland back to the promised land. So pretty much when LeBron came back, it was like, why you here? I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? In reality, he was like, I did need him. You know what I mean? Like he was breaking down a whole lot of things that made me look at him like, you know what? He was a kid trying to figure this shit out. So I could understand that. For me, his inconsistent play on the court was always my thing. It was like, we giving him this upper echelon thought as a player, but son don't never really, he always injured. He don't show up when you really, really need him. Except for what he did in that playoffs that time. Man. I
mean, injuries are things that happen with athletes. You can't control them. Some guys are just injury prone. But I look at it as, what bothers me with the media is you intentionally go get these guys out of, rough situations and you give them scholarships to play a sport that you profit off of.
Yeah.
Then they go pro and you publicly criticize them for the situation they're in socially.
Yeah.
You take a guy that's used to having nothing. Now, some of these black athletes came from privileged families, but I'm saying most of these guys, they get in the league, they never had anything before.
Never.
You pay them, let's say, $10, $15 million a year, and then all you do is worry about judging their character. So you judge their character publicly, you assassinate their character publicly, and now you want them to go play a game.
Yep.
Now you assassinate them some more. Now, myself, at 25 years old, I don't know what I'd be doing with $20 million a year. 25, I was a different person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We sports fans, so we're judging the athlete. But there's a lot that goes with that. Entertainment, period. There's a lot that goes with that.
It's not even that, bro. It's a lot of these players, bro, you think about, it's their family. It's like, yo, you get 25 million and then you realize I gotta take care of a lot of people. That happens immediately.
That's what I'm saying. Mentally. That's what I'm saying. Mentally. How do you handle all of that? Think about if the media was prevalent when Magic Johnson played, when Jordan played, when Larry Bird played. These dudes off the court were different.
Yeah. Those guys
but they raised them. They treated them like gods, though. But the pressure that they're under now, if those guys, and I'm not putting them on the spot, I'm just saying it because they're
that's real. They didn't have social media. Jordan would not have last. Jordan would not have last if social media was around.
Jordan went straight to the bar after the game.
Yep, gamble.
Magic would have 300 people at his house.
Some would say he was the reason why his dad was killed. You remember that was the headline for a little while.
I don't think it's not far-fetched.
That shit quietly went away.
He can pay to get shit put away, man.
I think his brother was killed too for gambling. One of his brothers.
When I watched the documentary on that referee, with the gambling and fixing games, just like, a lot of stuff he didn't, lot of stuff he didn't say.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he walked away with a lot of change he didn't claim too. But
right, I agree.
What it is. But what it is. I think what made Stephen A. great is also what put him in a position to get on our nerves as he got older in the game.
Right, I agree.
When he had his own show, I used to love it, man. His energy was just dope, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Then, as he moved up the ladder, it appeared to be a certain level of arrogance, but it's competitive. So you always feel like you got to compete. I do respect the fact that he gives credit to Skip.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, for being the best in the game at the debate show. I thought that was dope. I was surprised he said it publicly.
Why?
But not surprised he said it. I was just surprised he said it publicly in an interview. Seemed like it's not a definitive reason. I'm just surprised he said it. Not a shot at his character. I'm surprised he said it.
Because he said it. He said it multiple times.
At this point, I'm surprised he said it. He's a different person. He's a different person at this level. You know what I'm saying? His personality can kind of amplify a level of arrogance, man, that might not be there. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when the camera comes on, we just turn into something.
I mean, yeah.
When the cameras come on, he turns into something. Every interview I see with him today, I hear him, and I'm like, this guy just reminds me of somebody from New York that just made it. That's what he is.
Yeah,
when the cameras come on, he's always yelling at people. You know what I'm saying? He's just all over the place.
Yeah, he's that WWE character. You're right.
He is so easy not to like. And then when you see an interview of him, it's like, damn, Stephen A. is all right.
Yeah, I've heard him say that multiple times about Skip. I think what made him say it again on the I Am Athlete pod. Was it I Am Athlete? Yeah, it was on I Am Athlete because he's been on the pivot. He's been on the pivot as well. The reason why he said it on the I Am Athlete pod was, I think, because of the backlash of the shit that happened a couple months ago, where Skip had to come back because of what he said on the pivot pod. The backlash from that hit, and he had to come back and let me make sure I clean this up, because that's my man. And I said some things that I probably shouldn't have said. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why he doubled back to clean that up and to make sure people know, like, yo, Skip is that guy. You remember he was on the pivot and he said, yeah, Skip came and got me from this and then all this. And he started detailing shit that probably wasn't supposed to be detailed, or he saw it a different way. And Skip had to go on social media on his after Skip and Shannon's show, his podcast, and be like, yo, my man Stephen A. was wrong. That's not what happened. This is what really happened. He started really detailing shit. And I think Skip was like, Stephen A. was like, let me fix this right quick. because he's been on the Fix It with Skip campaign. Because you never know. They gonna end up, you never know, they might end up working together again or being around each other. I don't know if they'll ever work in this capacity again, but you never know what they could produce together or do together. I think Skip and Shannon is way better than Skip and Stephen A.
Well, I think a person like Skip won't be fully appreciated until he's done with doing what he's doing. Some of the negative backlash I hear about him, I'm like, I don't know what show y'all watching, man. Like, it's entertainment.
It's entertainment. I think his takes on LeBron are the probably most egregious shit ever. But outside of that,
I mean, it's all entertainment, man. If you ever talk to Skip in person, he'll probably tell you some different shit. But
you heard what Stephen A said. Stephen A said he believed that shit.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's no different from if you and I are talking. I can't compliment the Eagles. You can't really compliment the Cowboys. It doesn't make sense. Right. You got to have you know what I'm saying? You got to have a balance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shannon is pro LeBron. So Skip has to play the anti-LeBron guy.
Yeah.
That what makes the show great. If Skip gives LeBron a bunch of compliments, we're going to be like, I don't hear that shit.
You're right. That's a fact. I don't even want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm pro LeBron, too.
He takes it somewhere, but that's his job.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard people tell me that Skip is racist, and I'm like, he's
always
knocking the black players. Bruh, there are only black players.
It's not only black players, but it's only black players that we care about, though.
Yeah, we the only ones killing.
Yeah, you're right.
Skip was raised by a black woman. I'm like, y'all don't know this man.
Yep, he was.
And everybody that he put on that's successful in media is black. Yo, son.
Black. He do more for the black community than a lot of black players, black people.
Let something racist in sports go down. Skip is the first one to put that on the air, and he be tight.
Yep.
Do you agree with everything he says? No, you're not. Yeah, he's still a white guy. He doesn't understand everything. He doesn't understand racism. He doesn't understand.
And he says that.
Oppression.
And he'll say it. He doesn't understand.
No, he doesn't understand. To him, it's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? Like, if people think he's racist, he don't get it. He's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
Right.
I always like Skip, man.
Me too. I've always liked Skip, too. I've always liked Skip, too.
Is he over the top? Yes.
Hell yeah.
He's over the top. That's his job.
Shit, I think Shannon Sharp sometimes dick rides LeBron too much. I'm like, bro, I love LeBron too, but bro, get off the ride, sir. Get off of it. Take a break.
I listen to this podcast sometimes. I'm like, God damn, we wild.
Oh no, we be wild a lot of times.
I'm like, yeah, this conversation right here is some bullshit.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I should have said that. I'm like, oh man, he thinks.
Yeah, last week, nigga, last part our argument was ass. I listened back to that shit. I almost cut that shit out, dog.
Nigga, we said the same thing.
I know.
I tried to tell you that at the end. We're saying the same thing.
Yeah, I
didn't saying I was right and you wrong. But we were saying the same thing.
I almost cut that shit out, dog. I said that and I listened back. I said, this is the stupidest shit I ever seen in my life. I was like, nope, I'm going to leave it.
I left that shit in the car. I'm like, we said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, it's what it is. But when you live,
you don't know.
And you're not doing, but see, Skip and Shannon do pre-production and all that shit. They shouldn't have, but I
heard they pre-production ain't really pre-production. They just walk in, look at a couple of sheets. This is the topics, and they don't really discuss nothing until they actually sit down and discuss it. But they kind of do their own pre-production, but they on their own.
They get their separate notes per topic. You know what I mean? Because one time Shannon called out Skip. He said, hold on there. I ain't prepared for that argument. You changed the game up. That ain't what we came here for.
Right.
He said, you trying to change it up on me.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, he pro LeBron and Skip is inside LeBron. I mean,
hey man, I love them guys, man. Yo, let's get. We've been talking for a minute, and it's been a great conversation. And we might not get to all of the topics that we have here, but this one I want to play, and you sent this to me. I mean, it's a little on the long side, but I think it's I think it needs to be played. I think it needs to be. It needs to be highlighted. It needs to be played. It needs to be expressed. And it's by this young lady by the name of Porsha Olayiwola. I don't know. I don't want to butcher her name, man. But she's world a world poetry champion. This was back in 2014. So I mean, even what she was speaking about in 2014 was could be hella prevalent today. So let's just tap in.
Let me just say that I am a very beautiful person. I'm sweet and intelligent and funny and awkward. And I just had to say that. Only because I'm a little tired of this stereotype about the angry black woman, whoop-de-doo, right? Because as you can see, I am black and a woman, and I'm not angry at all. Hell, I'm pissed the fuck off. I'm mad as hell. I'm so mad, I'm getting ready to break my foot off in everybody's ass, but pretend this is class so I can tell you why I'm mad at the education system. Mad because education is the key, yet they keep the poor locked out. They get hand-me-down books and hand-me-down chairs. Hand-me-down teachers who give them hand-me-down stairs. I'm pissed off at gentrification. Pissed that the rich be Robin Hoods and mad that Robin Hood was just a motherfucking myth. I'm mad because Barbie is a standard of beauty. I hate that fruits and vegetables are so damn expensive. So how the poor gonna eat healthy off some damn tater chips? I'm mad that the government and media are controlled by the same people, and those same people are the same people who control everything. I'm mad women get raped. I hate that I only got 3 minutes to say this poem, and I got about 10 minutes worth of angry. I'm mad that I can't say that I am a socialist out loud. Mad that the gay and lesbian can't be out loud and proud in the military, and pissed off because only 28 states allow everyone to unite in holy matrimony. And while I appreciate civil unions, fuck civil unions. If I move to another state, then the state of my civil union is at stake. So what good is that gonna do for me in the state of Wyoming? And believe it or not, I'm still pissed the fuck off about slavery. That's right, I'm still mad because I still pick cotton off clothes racks and never racked up reparations. Mad because niggers call each other niggas, and sick because any minute sister girl's gonna turn around and call me a bitch. I'm mad at black men for reasons I don't have time to list. I'm pissed off at hip hop. I'm pissed off at black on black crime. I'm pissed off that Ricky Ross got all the crack and we can't turn that shit back. I'm pissed the fuck off. I'm mad because above everything, at any given time and in any given space, I, as a black woman, can suffer from racism, sexism, homophobia, classism. I can be raped, be burned alive, and no one, not a single soul, will look up to acknowledge my absence from this universe because I am insignificant, because I am a black woman. And finally, you see, I have every right to be pissed the fuck off. But most of the times, despite what you believe, I'm really, really sweet.
Yeah, she killed that.
Yeah, that shit was powerful, bro.
She's spitting.
Yeah, when you said that shit to me, that shit
I meant to look up and see what else she's doing.
Yeah, I meant to as well, man. But when you said that to me, yo, it gave me goosebumps. Because I was like, wow.
Honestly, when
and
I first
it
clicked
gave me goosebumps again just now.
Nah, when I first clicked it, I was like, this about to be some bullshit.
I did too.
Then when she started spitting, I was like, oh, okay, we getting real here.
Yeah, she went to work, yo. She went to work. I mean, I don't have nothing crazy to say about it. I think everything she spoke of was from her perspective and her thought as a black woman. And I'm like, I could never be mad at her perspective, her thoughts as a black woman. Even the part where she said, you know, hip hop or black men, I agree. I think hip hop has, and I'm gonna play a clip in a few minutes and why I feel this way. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just get right to that clip. I'm gonna get right to it. I think we could talk about that because it makes sense in my book. And it's relative to what I'm going to go into. So I'm going to play that clip right quick, too. Let's see. I got to hit refresh.
From 1900 to 1980, again, black men made music about love. We weren't violent in music at all. But the murder rate in the black community can be directly correlated with the shift in the narrative of white record companies and what they choose to invest in. I've been in the what do you mean? Yeah, the exploitation of black culture has always been a business because we did not own the vehicles in which to exploit ourselves. From 1900 to 19
And not to shift the blame on anyone, but
that's not shifting the blame. But
that's
the
just a
same
fact.
people. I mean, media is control the distribution of music and mass. You know what I'm saying? Communication of music is all run by the same people. I mean, and we always say the music that is put out there is a reflection of society. And then society ends up piggybacking off of the music they hear. And the imagery of it, all of that stuff, it takes over. I can remember growing up in New York when KRS-One, De La Soul, and all that stuff was going on. I mean, the energy was different. The way people dressed was different. The way we approached and communicated with each other was different. I mean, you always have crime.
But even for us, that I grew up down south, you know what I'm saying? Me leaving Detroit at 10 and watching how hip hop really started progressing, and all that same stuff that you witnessed while you lived in New York, we witnessed here down south, the De La Souls and all of it. It was a positive imagery, even with the what's our guy named KRS-One, of course, but was Public Enemy. Like, you heard more of a balance. Now there's no balance at all whatsoever. And I think, to me, that shifted when gangster rap when it was received so well financially.
Yeah,
and these white labels, these wrong rap labels.
They realized there was a market in that.
Yep.
There's a huge market in our demise.
Yeah, no, it is.
You know what I mean? Just like black families on television, or even black families in movies. It's not. You know what I mean? Like, now, they're pushing interracial couples on us with a lot of movies.
Oh yeah, we get a lot of that. Not even movies, commercials, everything.
Everything. You don't really see the black household like that anymore. Even the same-sex couples. You see a lot of times. Like, on every show now has to have at least one gay person, whether male or female. There's not too many shows without at least one.
Yeah.
It could be the most gangster show. It's gonna be one homosexual male.
You're right. Excuse me. You're right.
Whether it's a major role or a minor role, it's gonna be there. Like, and that's what it is. But they have the money, and if it's popular, they're gonna push that.
Yeah, you're right.
It's more pressure, and it's more prevalent, the responsibility of being a parent. And talking and communicating with your children. And I don't say it as if it's a heavier burden. I say it as if that responsibility has always been there. But now, if that responsibility isn't handled, your child isn't protected out here.
Yeah, I agree.
They don't have the information to, make intelligent choices. They're gonna make bad choices. As adults, we're gonna make bad choices, but at least we can have the information.
Yeah. You're gonna grow from them. You're supposed to you're gonna make a few bad choices. That just happened. You know what I mean? You just gotta grow from them and make sure the bad choices ain't as as detrimental to your life and everything that you got going on. I mean, that's growth. Bad choices come with growth. As long as you're not going to jail and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing.
It ain't hard to go to jail.
It sure ain't. It damn sure ain't hard to go to jail, especially as once again, don't like to do the race shit, but as a black man, it definitely ain't hard to go to jail.
Yeah, it ain't hard to go to jail, bro.
I know I tell my boys that all the time, man. Like, I've been in jail on a mistaken identity thing, and then and that was just a weekend. But then I've also been personally been to jail on, like, not really jail, but went down to the booking because I got into a fight as a minor, and the police had to pull me off a dude. and it was funny because we're from a small town. My mom came to pick me up and cussed the police officer out. So why you bring him down here? You know where I live at. You talk to me all the time. You could have just brought his ass home and whatnot. And I was like, and I had to do community service, a couple other things, so the thing wouldn't go on my record. I was beating the brakes off that nigga.
Yeah, the thing too with that program, a lot of people have that opportunity. Most people, I didn't say most people, a good percentage of people don't even make it through that.
Yeah. I don't even know they still do that for kids no
more. If they did, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same dynamic. They just tell you, stay out of trouble for the rest of the year and do this community service. Boom, boom,
and then it's not on your record, and you're good to go.
Yeah, a lot of times you go back in this hood, the situations are there, the cops are already watching, they know all the players, they just waiting for you to slip. Yeah. Everybody got guns on them. That's a charge within itself, because
especially now.
Yeah, and a good percentage of the guns aren't clean because
yep.
for whatever reason, different ones. So everybody's smoking. So most people got weed on them. If you got a car with 3-4 people in it, unfortunately, a good percentage of the time, something's in the car.
Yeah.
I mean, we can say they pulling us over because we black. They are, but you riding dirty.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm big on, let's look at the part we can't control.
Me too.
What I'm saying?
Me too.
The world is what it is, man. It's like when I see, not even going to bring up the topic because we probably don't have time, but it's like when I see entertainers acting like they're being blackballed or sabotaged, and I'm thinking like,
let's get to it. That's our quick hits. Let's get to it. Mm-hmm.
You're not going to hold yourself accountable for anything you did.
Yeah, Ari Spears around here thinking he blackballed, bro. You did some goofy shit.
That's not blackball.
No, and it started with that Lizzo. It started because now everything people don't realize, bro. And I know you was getting to a point. I'm sorry, but people don't realize anytime you say something, people gonna check your background. In this era, auto check on your background, and they found those stupid ass skits that you and Tiffany Haddish did, and that one that you did by yourself. That shit is gonna be full-fledged for everyone to hear and see now.
Lizzo's an earner, though.
Yep.
Anything in that LGBTQ community, anything that's like an earner for them, Lizzo's an earner.
But what he said was so off base, and it wasn't needed. That's something that we both said. We don't care for when Lizzo do all that extra shit that she be doing. And it's a full double standard when you could shit on a fat black man, but you cannot say nothing about a fat black woman.
Why would you and why should you? This is my issue with brothers, man. I would say people. It's even deeper than that, man. Bro, you're blessed to be a part of show business.
Mm-hmm.
That's a blessing. You're blessed to be in entertainment, period.
Mm-hmm.
You're blessed to make the money you make. You're blessed to be able to provide for your family. Just doing what you love, man.
Yep.
You have a platform to speak and people are listening, and you just chose to take shots at the person.
And it wasn't even prevalent about anything that they was talking about.
Even when he talks about hip hop, when he talks about these younger artists, sometimes he just goes too far.
Yeah, him and Faison Love made me sick with that shit.
Faison, my only thing with Faison, man, Faison acts like if it doesn't happen in California, it's not real.
Right.
Like anybody that rounds about the drug game or something like that that's from New York, he always says they're fake. Like if it's not from California, he says it's real.
Yeah.
If it's from California, it's real. These guys, he brings up, these big name, drug dealers or whatever, and he says that's the drug game. Why do we have to glorify the drug game? But he only talks about New York hip hop artists that rap about selling dope. All these artists are selling dope.
Yeah.
They rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I heard him talking about Jay-Z one time, man. It's like he always criticizing somebody's character. In person, Faison's probably a cool dude because he seemed like he all right. But now that he has a platform, everybody's interviewing him, he just takes a lot of shots at people.
I know we say that a lot about folks, they seem like they all right, they just in front of the camera. Fam, we got to start holding people at face value too. If I said a whole bunch of inflammatory shit on this mic and in front of this camera, when I'm off this shit, am I really a cool person? If I'm always selling somebody under the bus, that's like what's that? The Charleston White dude.
I'm not a fan of him.
I'm not at all, not at all. But I've heard he's a cool guy.
I wouldn't believe it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like your actions on a regular shows that you full of shit, man.
Yeah, but Charleston White's definitely an extreme example. I mean, he cooperates with the police. I don't understand him at all.
Right.
But Faison is no different from him. We were sitting around drinking. He's the guy that has a lot of opinions you don't agree with, is what I'm saying. He just has a platform to say. A lot of stuff he's saying, a lot of people are going to agree with that. A lot of people do think these dudes rapping about selling drugs is faking or whatever. Charleston White is just out here going after people, bro.
Yeah.
He's attacking people like. Only thing I heard him say that I really agree with him with when he said how evil the internet has become, mentally for us and for children and stuff like that.
But besides that, he contributes to it.
That was my point
right
too.
To that evil.
That's what gave you
high level.
Your platform. But what is your platform actually giving you though? What are you doing? You're just talking shit all the time. You're gonna get your own podcast. You're gonna write a book or something. What are you gonna do?
I think he is an author.
Okay.
And I think he used to do a lot of community-based work. I think now that he's getting this notoriety from being a dickhead and so-called exposing everybody, he's running with that in the high level.
But my thing is, all this shit he talking, I'm like, nobody touched him yet.
I think they tried. I think dude has. I think he has a pretty wide following of super gangster people.
I don't know, man. I know he's connected with the police, though.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't want to do that. If you connect with the police, you definitely don't want to fight that guy.
Nah, not at all.
He ain't going to fight anyway, man, little guy.
Nah, ain't nobody. You wasting your energy even trying, bro. Like, let's be honest and be real. Like, what do you gain for fighting Charleston White?
I honestly would rather he just leave me alone.
I agree too. I would too.
I'd rather he leave me alone.
Yo, so we jump into the quick hits. We talked about Ari Spears and we saw the video. I don't want to play the video. I don't give him too much, but him crying and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
so
find something else to do with your time. Stop being a sucker. You wouldn't have to be going through this. They're also saying robots are going to be taking over manual labor jobs. So
a lot of them they are.
Yeah, next 2 to 5 years.
Nah, it won't be that soon.
You don't think so?
Nah, a lot of companies aren't going to spend the money to put the robots in place. It's very
expensive. if people keep pushing for 10 to 20% more in wages, they may turn around and just say, you know what, we can upfront that cost by leasing at the beginning and rolling it out, and getting rid of that extra in wage. Because then if you lose that wage, you can push that into like McDonald's. Let's say McDonald's. If you just get someone to if you automate fries, man, fuck it. I'm gonna play the video, man. I wasn't gonna play.
Yeah, but you're saying McDonald's, they might have 10 employees per shift.
Right.
Some of these places employ a lot of fucking people. They would take a lot of robots to freak them functions. I agree.
I
don't think 2 to 5 years is realistic for everyone. Now, there might be certain. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if you go to Chick-fil-A and they got them popping off or something.
Chick-fil-A about the people, bro. They ain't gonna do that. I'm just playing. I don't give a fuck what Chick-fil-A does.
Watch this quick robot. This is a computer vision company out of Boston. They are doing high-speed picking of tomatoes and berries. This is a 2-year-old video. There's companies doing this now for French fries. It's over. Like, we are within, I think 5-10 years of a lot of these jobs. We're talking tens of millions of manual labor jobs being gone. And we're going to look at this moment in time where we try to squeeze an extra 10 or 20% out of these employers. And then you're going to see these employers say, you know what? 24-hour-a-day robot? Yeah, it's a little bit upfront cost. I'll put it on a lease, and they're just going to move to these robots. It's really very close to being game over for manual labor.
What's your thoughts in the quick hit section? What's your thoughts?
I can't dispute that. I mean, it makes sense, but 5 to 10 years, that make more sense than 2 to 5.
Yeah, true.
10 years, who's to say what happens in 10 years, man?
Shit.
And you talking about fast food? I mean, those are the most unhappy employees ever. Like, you go, and I don't eat fast food anymore, but it's like, yo, you go order your food, the person's register's mad as hell. Right. Everybody back is mad as hell.
But if you think about it, if you start on that primitive level, you realize that's a lot of people jobs. That's a lot. When I mean a lot of people, it's a lot of people within fast food. A lot.
They don't care about that shit.
No, they don't.
I mean, how?
Because in reality, all you need is 2 or 3 people to stay on shift to make sure the robots are doing what they're supposed to do, and then someone to come in and stock the shelves. Pull you know, I mean, even though the robots are there to do the work, you still got to prep them, put everything in place.
They might pay well to watch the robots because that's.
But think about it. Yeah, granted, you're right. It might pay well, but that's only 3 people that you got to pay. Is it 3, 4 people out of 20, 25? As I used to be a manager at Wendy's, we had at least. I think we had a team of at least almost 40 employees. And it wasn't that many. Every shift had probably 30 employees. Every shift we had at least 10 people at any given time, 10 to 15 people at any given time on the clock. You know, and that's either rotating out and people on it, or rotating in and out. And a couple people on, especially at high times, you got the main drive-through, you got the payment one, and the one to get them food, the money. You got 2 people on making sandwiches, and then the fries and shit like that, and then someone always constantly stocking. Now you take away, I don't have to talk to no one. I can just talk to a robot at the main menu window. I drive up. And now these days, all I got to do is take my phone and doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? I do it all the time. I'll double click Apple Pay, doo-doo. I done made my payment, so I don't have to interact with anyone. I roll up. My food comes out in its bags, slides out to me, and I just grab and I can pull off. Bro, that's like me now. I don't use no fucking, when I go to the grocery store, I barely want to talk to someone. I go right to self-checkout. I'm not like these people that be stealing in self-checkout. They be stealing. I don't do all that because
They be stealing?
Oh, yeah. Cats be stealing in self-checkout.
What?
Cats be stealing, though. They be stealing.
Oh, I would never do such a thing.
Never. Never. Double.
Walmart, they caught some niggas with that shit, man.
Getting you up out of here. I ain't trying to go to no jail over no damn double scanning.
My thing is, you know how embarrassing that is, man.
Thank you.
You out here making like $80,000 a year, and you stole a fucking Snicker bar.
Right.
And you gotta go see the judge just to get probation. Yo, son.
I'm good.
And the courtroom is packed, and like 5 of them niggas know you.
Yeah, I'm good. Good. I think it can happen in the 5 to 10. You're right. 5 to 10 years probably more of a reasonable time frame. I think it can happen.
Yeah, I see it because we got robots at work. We got like 20 of them shit.
See?
They got their own little area. It's actually fascinating. The motherfuckers go around. They carry stuff from here to there, there to there. They go up to grab stuff from the shelf, come there. And it's probably like a test run most of the time when you see stuff like it, but nah, you just have somebody that oversees it. It beeps as it goes.
That joke, they test run and they looking at how efficient that shit is, and
it's actually
looking at how efficient you guys is, and they really taking data. They say, all right, let's see how efficient these robots is versus the human beings that's working. We're gonna get this 2-year data retention, and then we're gonna sit down and break it down.
Well, as far as doing inventory and replacing inventory and shit like that, stocking or whatever, it does a great job with that. Putting everything where it needs to be. Where it needs to be has a place, it's programmed. I guess it has a little map where it just goes through.
Yeah. It's all automated because you can automate all that shit into an app. Automate all that shit.
And you talking about the thing goes 24 hours a day.
See?
They don't take a break.
Nope.
And they ain't got to go pee, smoke a cigarette, hold an extended conversation.
Yeah.
We good for them extendos.
Yo, man. I think that's about it, man. I know we had some about being aware of your kids at school. Your children's school.
Yeah, I'll just bring it up, man, because just a quick one, man. Stay stay in conversation with your child to where your child at least feels comfortable talking to you. Because a lot of times, if they don't feel comfortable talking to you, things can be going on in school that they won't even tell you about. They don't, they're children. They don't process information like adults. So if they're not comfortable talking to you, they're definitely not going to tell you what's going on in school. Whether it's being bullied. Now we got issues with security and even
pushing kids.
Pushing kids, choking them, grabbing them, being rough. And yeah, we got to keep that dialogue open, man. It's just,
the world is just at all time, bro.
The world is out of control. People just feel like they can do whatever they want to do.
I talk to my boys at all times, bro. I make sure they be known that they got somebody here they can talk to. My wife does at all times as well. We don't play that shit, bro. I don't want nothing to happen to them that I don't know about because I'm going to hurt somebody. Straight up. I'm going to hurt somebody. It's going to be bad.
Because at their age, one instance can damage them for the rest of their life.
I agree.
The trauma behind a situation. Like the little boy, the security guard, like, I think pushed him in the neck,
push him
for a little bit.
Yeah, he pushed him center his chest, right in his chest.
Yeah.
But he flew back. He's small. You're a grown-ass big man. Why you even have to even do that shit, yo? Yo, I'm tired of these adults and they over-perceive emotions, especially when they see a child of color. Yo, you feel like you can just do whatever you want to do to a child of color.
Oh, yeah, racism's still alive.
Like, yo, I'm so tired of that shit. Yo, keep your fucking hands to yourself, man. Keep your hands to yourself. You're an adult. But the problem is, they won't never do that to someone like us. They see me or you, immediately perceived as a threat. Because that hand that you pushed on that little 5'1" child, 80-something pounds soaking wet, you ain't gonna do that to us.
But they don't want to do it to an adult. They want to. The power is within the children.
Right.
They know that the power is within the children. So if they could damage the children, they damage the culture.
Right.
They're not worried about us.
But I just hate seeing other adults being there, seeing it, and not doing shit.
I mean, that's another topic. I feel you.
That's the other part about it.
But we're not always around. Sometimes the other adult is on the side of the person.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? You might have a cafeteria workers with none of us there.
Yeah.
Or maybe we're in the back and don't see it. You know what I mean? A lot of times, some of them don't care. Some of them will do it in front of us. Some of them do it in front of us and look like what? Some of them bold.
I don't know. Things like that don't happen around me. I know that things like that don't happen around you neither. I haven't seen it. I'm glad I haven't. Me too. I think the higher power, the great being above, realize certain things can't happen around certain people because their reaction is going to be totally different.
I don't play that. Just like I don't play disrespect like towards a woman. Like when I hear females tell me stories about men that are disrespectful, whether it's their words or their actions, and
I don't like it.
I always say to myself, I've now in my 20s I've seen it. I've had some certain situations or whatever, but I haven't seen it in a long time. And when I hear people tell me stories, I really say to myself, I'm glad I wasn't there with you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't know what I would have did, what I would have said.
My reaction would have been totally different.
Yeah, maybe I would have said nothing. More than likely I would have. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised dudes be out here like grabbing women by the ass and shit. Like,
I don't understand it, bro. I've never done that shit, yo. I've never understood that shit. I'm like, it's just wild to me, bro.
Like, you always be like, what is wrong with you, man? Like,
yo, once again, like our last pod, cats be overly sexualized. Like they be so horny within themselves that they feel like they just gotta do it. They just so horny within themselves. Oh, I'm gonna grab it. It's there. Let me grab it. Let's see what her reaction is gonna be. Slapping a woman on her ass. That was never my thing. You remember back when we was growing up, bro, a girl walk in the club and mad dudes would be done slap her on the booty as she walked through. I just never understood that shit, yo. I never understood that shit. I remember that. I remember this chick was walking through a bunch of us. And we was at the club and she was kind of trying to get through. I saw two dudes slap her on the butt and I saw my man getting ready to do it, right? And I grabbed his hand. I said, nah, bro, we ain't doing that. And niggas was looking at me like, damn, why you? Nah, bro, we ain't doing that. I grabbed his hand. Nah, we ain't doing that.
But
Shorty heard me. Shorty heard me and she turned around and she smiled and said, "Thank you." And I said, "See that shit?"
Yeah, but see, those actions and that activity is what gets people to say men don't like women.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from. That's why when I heard him say, I said to you, to some degree, it's just the way he worded it was just a huge generalization. And we both spoke on several times, generalizations can confuse people.
Yeah.
Just like you saying, men just don't like women. You can't say that.
No, you can't.
Because especially with the podcast world and with social media, you can talk for 20 minutes. People love to take a clip. So that clip will just say men don't like women.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They're not going to hear all the other stuff. I remember the same things as well. Just dudes I done seen on the dance floor, a woman just get stuck and it's like 10 guys around her. And they just groping her like shit. And she got to escape.
Mm-hmm.
And you might see a laugh on her face, but she's not really laughing. She's fucking scared. She's scared to death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I done seen situations where chicks were stripping and a chick is cornered and dudes is fingering her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, her body might react, but that don't mean she likes it.
Mm-mm.
Next thing you know, somebody's sucking on her titty and she's like kidnapped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That woman's life she might have never be the same after that.
Yeah. That's why I ain't never liked none of that shit, bro.
That's savagery. That's savagery.
And I've never been a fan. I've been to the strip club, but see, it's different with me. I've been to a strip club once, but then I ran a strip thing, out of my apartment in Tallahassee with a friend of mine. But the thing is, we set clear boundaries. Couldn't do this. We weren't doing this. It's a whole bunch of shit. We set clear boundaries, and it didn't happen. We were good, and a lot of us went to college together. So we literally at the end of the night, we studying for tests and shit, helping each other.
Nah, the spots I went to in college, they had no boundaries, they had no rules. And the worst thing in the world was one of the dudes that kind of ran security. It was like family to me, man. So I never had to pay. It was BYOB. I always had liquor. I always had some of that other stuff. It just was not good for me, bro. I was all over the place.
No, we had clear cut boundaries. Because I didn't even allow women to make money by having sex. Like, you can't go in the off room, the private room area and have sex. We had one girl did it and we got rid of her ass immediately.
Well, no,
VIP couldn't even do that. Couldn't do it. I didn't let it happen. We stayed packed. And we stayed packed, but it was bound.
Well, you don't have to do that wild shit to be packed. Because
nope.
The fantasy,
mm-hmm.
the fantasy, I think, gets people crazy more than the act.
Yep, I agree. I believe clear cut, man. You gotta have clear cut boundaries, man. Or that shit turned into some debauchery. Then next you know, you got some rape that'll happen in your facilities, and then what? And then when you're legally not really supposed to have them shit open, now everybody going to jail.
Well, that's what happened here, in Durham. Nobody went to jail. They shut everything down.
See,
nothing was sanctioned. Everything was out of control.
Mm-hmm.
It was BYOB.
And I didn't do BYOB neither. I was selling alcohol. I was automatically against the rules. Selling alcohol. We were selling alcohol. We had a bar set up. We were selling food. I was in the back fucking grilling. I was always on the grill. We were selling food, everything. We was running that shit like a legit business. We was making a lot of fucking money, man. But we stopped because it got a little scary because we was also selling weed and everything else. So we was, in Tallahassee, that shit is illegal in a motherfucking strip club.
Yeah, if I never go to a strip club the rest of my life, I'm all right.
I'm cool, bro. I like private joints. I like private situations, but I did that also when I got married the first time. My second time, I ain't been to no strip club. I ain't even get up with dudes. I ain't do nothing bachelor related. You know what I did? I chilled with LaShon. Me and him hung out the night. Erica went to a bachelorette party. She went and chilled, did her own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I ain't do none of that shit. I chilled, bro. I had a drink by myself, chilled, put one in the heavens above, and then hung out with my son. Day of my wedding, I went to get an oil change and some new tires on the car.
I don't know. I might do something. There ain't gonna be no strip club or nothing, but I might do something.
You gonna do something? We're gonna go chill.
It'll be light though.
Yeah, man. We'll do some
Nah,
cigar
I mean, I plan on
situation.
I plan on
Nice
I plan on
cognac.
I plan on being by the water anyway, man. I might sit by the water, smoke a good cigar. You know, something like that. You know what I mean?
We gonna sit by the water. We gonna smoke a good cigar.
I mean, okay, if you want to change my verbiage, that's fine.
All right, I just want to make sure you understand what's going on, because for you, and then I'm about
Ain't
to
gonna
go do
be no
this.
holes. Ain't gonna be no holes. Ain't gonna be no holes.
You know, I don't give a fuck
good.
about none of that. You
I'm
know, I
good
don't
on
give a
that
fuck about
shit.
none of that.
I'm good on that stripper shit. Like, I'm all right.
You know, I don't care about none of that, man. We'll smoke some good cigars, have a nice, good fucking bourbon or something, and toast to the good life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we gonna do. Because I plan on doing we was talking about doing that at 10 years. 10 years will be here next year. That me and Erica have been married, but we thinking about she was like, nah, she just want to go on like a real super dope island vacation. So we might do that instead of doing our renewal of our vows. We might renew our vows at 11 years, 12 years or something like that. I want to renew our vows. I want to do a renewal.
Renewal, basically, it's like sharing, sharing your moment with people. Really, all it really is.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, paying money to entertain people.
That's what all the wedding was. But we didn't do one. We didn't really do it. We got married at the courthouse, and I rented out top floor of this restaurant, and that was the part.
Well, yeah, did that your renewal could really be like your wedding? A lot of people's renewal.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yep,
it's like their wedding.
Wedding. Yep.
You know what I'm saying,
the renewal will be like the wedding. We really make something fly. My sister will probably do the officiating because she's an ordained minister, and I'll make it a family fair type situation.
Okay.
My boys, my daughter, family, just chilling, bro. Family and friends, all close knit. Ain't gonna be none of that. I ain't talked to you ever, or you mad at me because I said something on social media shit.
Go pop up and be nosy. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, none of that shit. Fuck out of here.
All that fake ass energy.
I'm tired of it. No good. We good on that, bro. We too old for fake energy, bro. Too old. Too old.
I had a conversation with someone about that yesterday, man. I said, yo, I don't have a problem with anybody. If I see them, we can dap each other up, hug, or whatever. Mm-hmm. But as soon as you talk about, yo, man, we need to get together. Nah.
Let's not even waste each other's energy. No time with that.
It's like somebody just popping up in your inbox, hitting you up. It's like, nah, we did what we did back then. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you married? Oh, you married? You saying somebody? I said, well, I ain't gonna do with it. Whether I am or not, we still good. Like, nice hearing from you. You got a beautiful family.
Yeah, go do that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
go there with that with your family, fam.
Yeah, there's a reason why you left, and I know how you left.
Go reunite with your husband.
Yeah, like,
girl, come over here. I'm good. Ruining my day.
You just need some additional property. Not gonna be that for you, baby.
You stupid, man. Yo, you got anything to add, man, to the end of the pod? We done. So.
Yeah, I want to speak on excessive consumption. A lot of us need to work on that, especially mindless activity that brings us immediate temporary pleasure. It could be social media, Netflix, Amazon Prime, whatever you got going on, porn. You know what I'm saying? All that affects your focus. It can affect your motivation. It can affect your sleep.
Damn,
make you restless. You know what I'm saying? Our minds aren't able to consume so much of that within one day. So we got to take time to decompress, man, and it really damages your brain. Yeah, I mean, it's too much for your brain. It's too much for your nervous system. You know what I'm saying? And you got to wonder, why do we do that to ourselves?
I watched this video this morning, and not even know
moderation.
You're right. Not even notice you was gonna bring this up. I watched a video this morning where this lady says she disconnects her Wi-Fi router in her home at a certain time at night, and she said, and it shuts her, it shuts her kids' technology down. It shuts all her technology down. She said she's been sleeping better. She said all that router does is shoot waves through your house, and you cut it off. She's like, she's like, my son used to get up at 4 a.m. every morning. Now he comes in her room. He doesn't do that anymore. He sleeps throughout the night and wakes up at an adequate time. And that she also is like having more vivid better and vivid dreams now since she's
Never
done.
thought of that router aspect because my router's in my bedroom.
See, and mine's isn't. Mine's is downstairs. So we're upstairs, but we do have router extenders in the hall and in my room. And I'm thinking about putting like a thing on my router and cutting it off. Because I got like a Google Home sits right next to the side of my bed. It's like our what's this shit called? It's like my clock sometimes. It monitors my sleeping. It's a lot of shit going on that's electronic in my fucking house. And I might need to shut some of that shit down. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to hurt.
Nah, it ain't.
If it doesn't make a difference, you didn't lose nothing.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try that because I got the Euro thing and I can shut my internet down. You know what I'm saying? Using that.
I mean, it's a lot of energy through the air. But a lot of times when we feel drained, man, we probably just got too much information going on in our brain for that day.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Because some, start scrolling from the time they wake up, and when you get bored, you scroll.
Yeah.
So you pass the time. You read a lot. You see a lot.
And then you find yourself not doing half the shit that you were supposed to do.
And then you find yourself drained at night. You almost got to take the phone, put it face down at least for an hour a day. At least an hour. I'm just giving like a small amount of time.
I know I do. I've been starting to do that.
Like even on days off, it's almost like you need to wake up just like it's a work day. Do what you gotta do. Mm-hmm. Go to sleep later.
Except for tonight. This morning was probably the first day ever that I woke up at 9. I woke up 30 minutes before the party. That was the first time in a long time since I've done that.
I mean, that's still getting up.
Yeah. I can't sit in bed all day.
Yeah, go to sleep later. If you take a nap, whatever, but you better get enough. Like I prefer going to the gym like 5 in the morning. Just my work schedule, didn't permit me to do so. But you get up, get your day started. If you want to lay down later.
Yeah, that's right.
When you sleep late, you sluggish for the rest of the fucking day.
It's the worst shit ever.
And then you be like, I wonder why I'm so sluggish, because you overslept.
You overslept. That shit is trash.
It felt good, but now you don't feel good.
Exactly. I agree. Well, man, we out, man. It's the Black Male Podcast. My Eagles play. I know we're recording this a little early. So, fly, Eagles, fly. Road to victory. EA. I ain't gonna sing our song. I ain't gonna do our fight song. I ain't gonna do that to you this morning, you Cowboys fans, Cowgirls fans.
That Cowgirl shit is so corny. I wish somebody would come up with something else.
Nope. Gonna keep that shit going.
You are far too intelligent to be saying that.
What you call my Eagles? You say, man, you them birds. I'm glad you ain't wearing them birds hat. Nigga, eagle is a distinguished bird. It's not just a regular bird. It's not a regular bird. So when you say eagle, you gotta say eagles. You can't just call it a bird.
Still a bird.
Still, you can't call it a bird. You gotta call it an eagle.
If you got a Bentley, you still got a car. It's a car.
But that's a different type of car. You gotta say Bentley.
It's still a car.
It's a different type of car. It's not really a car,
bro. It's still a car. You got 10 albums and they all whack, but you still got 10 albums.
Nah, you ain't got 10 albums. Nah, we gotta put that in a different category. Nope. I refuse. You got 10 pieces of work. That's what you got. Cause ain't nobody heard that shit. They can't be classified as albums.
My man said, I got 13 albums.
I'd have stopped talking to him immediately. We can't be friends. we can't be friends, my guy.
I ain't seen him since, man.
Yo, fam, anybody out there to listen to the Black Belt Podcast, and you got 10 albums, and you ain't been on not one tour, you did all local shows, and you ain't got paid for not one show, you ain't got 10 albums. You just got 10 pieces of work that you did. That's it.
That's 10 albums.
Nah, it's pieces of work. This is some shit you was doing. You got a hobby that didn't do nothing for you.
You can't say
10 albums, you ain't did a tour, you ain't did nothing. Stop it. Son, that's a lot of work.
Son, you can't say if you have a
Trey.
gift, you should express yourself.
That's not a gift. That's not a gift. You ain't got a gift, bro. You ain't got a gift.
10 albums not a gift?
No, that's not a gift. You're doing something. A gift is when you can do it and express it to the world. We got a gift. We have the gift of gab. Guess what? People listen to this shit. Trey, people listen to this shit.
Somebody can say we ain't doing nothing.
Trey,
we ain't on no tour.
People listen to this shit. We could go on tour if we wanted to. I want us to build our fan base a little bit more before we do that.
Yeah,
people didn't know podcasting could even do tours until Joe Budden did them. Let's keep it a buck. Joe Budden was the one that started doing the tours, and then everybody felt like, oh shit, you could tour from this?
Come on, somebody gotta go first.
You know what I'm saying? No one knew you could even tour from this.
No one knew you could do 10 albums.
You shouldn't do 10 albums. Right here putting together bodies of trash.
If I would have never stopped, I would have had 10 by now, maybe. I died.
Bro, if you had 10 hours right now, me and you would never talk about music. Because I like you for you. You my guy for you. I would never talk to you about music with 10 hours.
I had 10 hours.
Because you're delusional. Because you're delusional. You ain't do nothing with them 10 hours. You did nothing with them 10 hours. But you 10. How is it impossible?
Bro, it's impossible for me.
We know mad niggas with 10 hours and they ain't did nothing.
They don't get numbers like I get, though.
Trey.
I get respectable numbers.
Trey, I love you. If you had 10 albums.
I get consistent.
Trey, if you had 10 albums and you sitting here talking to me, you ain't got no M's with your 10, I'm mad at you.
That's not what I said. I said, well, we're agreeing again. And you want to argue. I said with the kind of numbers I get, if I would have put together 10 albums, I wouldn't have that problem.
All right. You better be Nas.
Because I wouldn't have put it out. Come on.
You better be Esco with 10 albums.
If you're independent, you got to do more work.
You on a world tour with my man. That's what you was going to be on. 10 hours? You better be on the world tour. You better be on that plane. You better be on the world tour. You honestly, knowing all the shit I know now, it's not hard to do a world tour.
My man is going over there like next week. He got like 10 stops.
It's not hard anymore. And I could if you got a passport, I can literally book you at least 8 shows right now overseas. Right now, overseas, and getting paid from each one of them. Right now.
That depends on the pay.
I know that for a fact.
Well, some people go over there, they might as well went to work.
There's a lot of them cats that went over there should just gone to work.
They might as well went to work, bro.
You ain't getting paid from it. I know I can for a fact get you paid on at least 8 gigs, eight shows overseas right now in multiple different countries, Germany, fucking. Oh, I'm telling you, I know that for a fact. Fact.
Yo, I gotta at least be making twice more than I make if I go to work, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Without paying expenses. If I gotta pay my own expenses and food and all that, I might as well went to work, bro. I ain't 18 years old.
You definitely gonna have to pay your own food.
No, food is fine. I'm talking about food and room and flight. I'm not doing all that.
I'm with you.
Niggas will pay to go over there just to say they went.
I think in some retrospect, that's good and bad. You should go over there to say you went. You should go over there, but also build your name up. Because at the end of the day, it's still a name building situation. You gotta go over there and showcase skills and abilities.
I gotta have a reason. I gotta have a good reason.
You're only saying that because you are an older gentleman.
That's what I said.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you was in your 20s right now, you would run over there.
See, you agree with me again, trying to debate. That's what I said. I'm not 18. If I was 20, 25, I'd be out.
Yeah.
Didn't come back mad.
Nah. But see, you would go over there with a plan. You know what I'm saying? Them cats that go over there without a plan, they come back mad because they didn't have a plan. They just went over there seeking some gratification. Niggas don't really know you over there, son. You gotta already have someone that's tapped in that could really book some shit for you. But these cats, I know a couple cats that be going over there and they like, what are y'all doing, son?
Went over there with no instrumental.
Right, you go in there with straight
Y'all sleeping on y'all instrumentals, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Cut it out, man. Y'all sleeping on them instrumentals, man.
Y'all gotta play them shit. Y'all better do your shows the right way.
I was talking about in general. If a DJ like what you're doing, even if a DJ want to spin you when he, you know what I mean, when he's out of town or something.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to give them a digipack, man. You got to give them everything. Give them your acapellas, give them your beat, give them your, give it to them with the chorus in it. You know what I'm saying? And if you can go back and record and throw their name in it, give them a whole digipack. Got to get the DJs everything. Give them the whole shit. Let them work. Because a DJ, he going to get in that bitch. He going to blend, throw your vocals in there. Then you'll be like, oh, shit, he made that shit sound better than the record.
I say one spin out of every out of every 40 DJ ratio.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, my list was probably like 40, 50 that I hit everybody at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And the DJ that's spinning it regular on his radio show, he wasn't even on my list.
See? Hey, man, I feel like those be the valuable ones.
Exactly. Nah, that's my man now. He about to take the shit overseas. Can't get mad at that.
Nope.
And he had to do that.
But see, think about what that's going to do for y'all on that record. He take it overseas, it does well, which we know it will because of the sound and the feel of the record. Now, someone in one of these small countries call and say, yo, I got, saying 3,000 for you. You go and I got your flight and hotel. Now you go over there and you pick up 3 stacks, flight and hotel, and boom. You know what I mean? You can't beat that shit. You can't beat that at all. You can't beat it at all. Because a lot of them do that shit. I'd
rather you pay 6 than I can still get 3.
Oh, yes, because you got split it with someone. Well, yeah. That's a possibility of that not happening. Y'all gonna be 1,500 kings.
I mean, we gotta do 2 shows.
The experience is worth it though. The experience to me, the experience is more worth it, and then what you gain from it is way more worth it.
Yo, you know what's ugly? Yeah, we extended it. This last ever say. You know what's ugly when you have a rapper and a singer?
Mm-hmm.
A rapper can perform without the singer.
Yeah.
The singer can't really perform without the rapper.
It depends on who's the dominant verse on the record.
I mean, yeah, it depends on the song. Like we got some songs that
y'all gotta like this particular song y'all got going on now. You're on 2 verses, so it's almost like your record. He has to sing it, use it with you, or you don't really have to have it do it without him. But it would look funny if you did it without him.
What, this one?
Huh? Yeah.
What, this one?
Yeah, because y'all a group. You would look funny with you doing it without him.
Now, if a DJ was in the back, wacka,
it still would look funny, bro. Because y'all a group. This is not the Tre-Dot show.
So niggas don't show up all the time, B.
Who don't? In groups?
Yeah.
It's a 2-man group. Who doesn't show up? A 2-man group?
I can't think on the top of my head.
Because there's none. There's none. They come together at all times.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Or they don't do the show. And if you did the show by yourself, you're still obligated to send him half.
Really?
Yes.
That's why niggas be breaking up too.
Why?
Niggas don't be liking that shit, bro. Nori did it with Capone. He was locked up.
Capone kept getting locked up. He was stupid.
No, but he still.
Yeah, he still made sure he was doing his man. Yeah. I don't know no group that had an issue with it. The only time groups have issues is when they sign these shitty deals and then everybody want to get out the deal but one person. Because he don't feel like it's shitty. He feel like it's not a shitty deal. That'd be the part of the miscommunication. Or groups be together too long.
Man, read your contracts. Man.
Or niggas be trying to write verses for you and you be like, yo, but I don't write no verses. Like, it happens so many times. It happens a lot of times in different situations. But yo, man, I digress, man. This is Black Male Podcast. TS is who I am.
That is who I am.
We were out here rambling way too much. I might need to change the name. I need to change the name from Extreme Example of the pod from Extreme Examples to Rambling On.
Can't stop.
We out.